Choose life. Choose a sport. Choose a drop zone. Choose a start time. Choose a fucking big jump plane. Choose turbine engines, speed, unlimited altitude, and endless horizons. Choose height, no low turns, and travel insurance. Choose jump tickets. Choose tiny action cameras. Choose your mates. Choose a rig and matching helmet. Choose swoop shorts and a range of fucking fabrics. Choose 120 vertical speed and wondering who the fuck you are on a Sunday morning. Choose sitting on that couch, watching debriefs, spirit-saving slow-mos, smashing beers after last load. Choose standing on the podium at the end of it all. Choose a win you'll love every time. And the reasons? There are no reasons. Who needs reasons when you fly NZ Aerosports?
Of course, I absolutely love the NZ Aerosports business model. I mean, come on. One glance at an Icarus fuck yeah sticker and you know it lines up perfectly with the fucking pilot mentality. But outside their wonderful use of colorful language and a great company vibe, there's a long list of reasons to say NZ Aerosports, fuck yeah. NZ Aerosports blows me away right out of the gate as a canopy manufacturer with a bold offer. They give you 10 jumps on your brand new nylon to decide if you want to keep it, swap it out, or even return it for a refund. I mean, seriously, how incredible is that? That's like getting halfway through a prom and deciding you prefer the slightly racier date that goes down faster. Seriously, they do that. If you're not madly in love with your new canopy after 10 jumps, they'll let you swap it out for another size or model, or even get your money back. And the range of canopies they've got? Man, they've got a style canopy to fit every jumper and every situation with models you know and trust, like the Sapphire 3, the perfect choice for the beginner or intermediate canopy pilot. The Crossfire 3, when you're ready to kick it up that elliptical notch. The JFX 2, if you're looking to up your new swoop game. The Leia as the workhorse and dirtwater dirt beast, or the Petra. The Petra cranks out crazy power and is nothing short of a record breaker. But hey, it's not always about speed either. Take the Kraken. Built as a low pack volume canopy specifically with wingsuiting in mind, she gives you all the performance you're looking for with the reliability you need that'll have you itching for that next formation, rodeo, or puffy cloud. So the equipment is top of the line kick-ass stuff as you already know, but how about the team? Well, the customer service gang is there to sort you out whenever you need them. Maddie and Beto are always there to help with Jen holding the reins. They're available for you at sales@nzaerosports.com, and they've got a kick-ass live chat tool on the website if you're wanting to hit someone up right away. These are the crew you're going to want to talk to get those custom orders in. With the stock nylon, once you know what you want, they'll have that shit on a FedEx truck as soon as the credit card machine says approved and get you in the air in no time. For your custom orders, you'll be able to get a time frame for building and shipping when you design it, so get to it. And demos. They've got demos in the US available from their partner Rock Sky Market. The whole US demo fleet is there with Sapphire 3, Crossfire 3, Kraken, JFX2, and Leia canopies in a range of sizes. They also offer student and tandem demos in the US. Bottom line, every step of the way, NZ Aerosports is there to get you what you need, and I personally couldn't be happier to be teamed up with them here on Lunatic Fringe. And now, time to get started with Lunatic Fringe Into the Void, brought to you proudly by NZ Aerosports. Fuck yeah.
Coming straight from the cockpit, it's another episode of Lunatic Fringe with the fucking pilot.
Ready, set, go! Back in the can for another edition of Lunatic Fringe Into the Void with a couple of old favorites. Who the fuck are you guys, and what do you do?
Hey, I'm Cornelia Mihai, and good to be back here. I'm a skydiver, and I'm a skydiving instructor. I pretty much eat, sleep, skydiving, I guess, and flying.
Nice, nice. And you are?
I'm Olga. I've been here before.
Just Olga, huh?
No, yeah, pretty much the same. I am skydiver, canopy pilot, competitor.
Awesome.
Newbie in free flying.
Newbie in free flying. Yeah, we got to get around to that because.
And all my life is skydiving.
I think with you specifically, all we've ever talked about is canopy stuff and broken bones.
Yeah, I know.
So
there's so many things to talk about now.
Yeah, well, so it's obviously this is really exciting time because we've just gotten back to the point where you guys are able to get out and do what you do outside of working, which is competing. There was just a couple of competitions, yeah?
I'm jealous. Cornelia had way more than I did, just because she has a better passport.
I never thought my Romanian passport would be that good, but obviously it's better than a Belarusian one. So yes, I'm very grateful for that.
Nice. So yeah, competition season came around and they finally got to crack off another world meet.
Yeah, finally it happened. So 2021 wasn't so bad and it's not finished yet. But it was good to have over the summer. Like in the summer, normally we travel to competitions, and 2020 obviously was not that good.
Fucked.
So
Pretty much.
So this summer we got to compete, and I managed to go to 4 competitions, 3 to warm up and the World Championship, and Olga, she tried really hard and made it to 2 competitions.
Nice. Well, actually, it's a great story that you have, and I asked you to talk about it before we were on the podcast, because you had to struggle to travel from where you live and work, because you have one of the worst passports ever.
After Yemen.
Yeah, and you had to lie, cheat, and steal basically to get where you were going. So
now you're pushing it there, but
tell me this story, because it's actually a kind of a heartwarming story for a skydiver.
It is, and that's why I love our community. I'll get to the point right now. So when Cornelia went to Italy first, I was so jealous because Italy is, I don't know, that's the first competition I've ever had, and the first training camp that I had was Cornelia in this place forever, like, so warming, pull out, Ravenna, and then she went there, and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to make it to Italy, I cannot get visa, what can I do? And then like Danish competition, next one on her list, and I wanted to join her there, and I was trying everything, and it worked in the end. I actually got a Danish visa, but I got the visa on the first day of the competition. When the competition started, they handed me a passport, and I was like, well, that's not going to work. I'm not going to travel there. And the next one was our favorite, well, at least mine, Pinkopen in Klatovy in Czech Republic. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go there because now I have the European visa, I have a Schengen visa. And so I started to research and call to the embassies and call into the airport, and they're like, well, you're not allowed with Danish visa to Czech Republic. You cannot fly into Czech Republic with Danish visa. I'm like, oh shit, what do I do now? So the only solution I can I came with is to fly to Denmark. Actually, it was Cornelia too. She's like, if you wanna, you're gonna make it. I'm like, well, okay, fuck it.
We're traveling by land.
Yes, we're traveling by land now. So I was like, okay, fuck it. I'm just gonna do that.
Peasant, you have to go with wheels and shit.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna spend one day in Copenhagen. I'm just gonna go to the swoop freestyle challenge. This little event mecca, and just meditate there. Maybe one day I'll go there and whatever. And then I'm just gonna go to Czech Republic. So the first thing that community did is when I sent a message on Facebook and Instagram, I was like, who is traveling from Denmark to Czech Republic on those days? We found people. Like, there were many people who were sending messages, and Cornelia suggested people, and then all of a sudden I had 2 guys that were going on the day that I needed, and they're like, yeah, we'll take you with, no problem. And I'm like, fuck, that's amazing.
Nice.
That's great.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna stay somewhere in Copenhagen, and I've checked the prices, and I'm like, nah.
Maybe not.
Maybe
an expensive city.
It is an expensive city, yeah. So I just sent another message on Instagram and Facebook, and I'm like, is anyone in Copenhagen who's wanna hang out with me and I can sleep on the floor? And my friend Alicia, she sent a message to me, and she's like, oh, my friend lives there, you can stay with her. I'm like, I don't even know the girl. When was the last time you saw her? And she's like a couple of years ago, but she'll be fine. The next thing, this girl sends me a message, and she's like, where do I meet you? I cannot wait. You're friend of Alicia, and and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? It was just amazing. Like, you go from A to B, and on the way you meet so many people that actually drag into your life just because you're a skydiver and skydivers.
Sure.
That's the beauty of the community, that probably if we just send a message that we need help, there will be people around that will be willing to help.
For sure. Well, I just saw recently that there's a community on Facebook that you can try and use to have your gear taken around. That'll help you ship gear. So if you're selling it or you need to get it somewhere else, you can post on this Facebook page and see if anyone's going from A to B in the direction you need.
Probably they don't travel like Cornelia.
Right.
Light.
People that travel lighter can afford taking other people's gear.
Yeah, right.
Without 16 kg Bible.
not swoopers.
I mean, even that, though, I thought that was super cool that
That's
there's
cool.
that. And then you look at the international page in regard to selling gear. I just sold some gear, and it took me literally 30 minutes from the time I posted the ad, my rig was sold,
Wow.
which is fantastic. I
Send
mean,
me the
holy
link.
shit.
It's
So,
amazing.
yeah. So, I mean, what a community. It's super, super tight. Skydivers generally really look out for skydivers,
For sure.
and especially getting a random stranger to let you stay.
Yeah.
I know you, and I would have to, like, think about it.
She didn't. She didn't
Just
know
knew.
me. That's why she agreed.
Right. Well, now you told me one other story about the swoop challenge. You actually got there and you sent a message, didn't you, about the swoop challenge guy, or to the swoop challenge guys?
Yeah, I sent message to George because I was there, and I sent actually first I sent to Cornelia. I don't know why. I always send you messages to approve my messages. Mama Mihai.
Right.
Yeah, and then I sent to George a message. I'm like, hey, I'm in Copenhagen. If you around, let's have a beer, coffee, tea, whatever, like, And he wasn't there, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna just go to this place and just check it out, because like when you dream of something, but that freaks you out. That's how I felt. I was like, I'm dreaming about freestyle swoop challenge, and I see like Cornelia competing, other guys competing, and seeing that it's so nice and smooth, but I'm freaking out. Like,
Sure.
if they will tell me jump tomorrow, I'll be like, And I went there. I was sitting there, drinking wine, looking at this venue, and I'm like, now I'm ready.
Nice. Well, and didn't he say something along the lines of, I'm not there, but you're there? And you told him you were daydreaming about trying to get into that competition?
Yes. So we'll see. Maybe this daydream will come true one day.
Nice. See, again, how cool. But it's the community, for sure.
It is a community there.
Nice. Well, enough of your travels, which was awesome. How about the competitions?
It was-
Cornelia.
Yeah, Cornelia,
She had
you had
more.
a couple of competitions before Olga finally got to join you, because nobody apparently likes Belarusians.
Yeah, like it was good. I kind of set it all up, so it was good this year. We had 4 competitions back to back, so it was good to kind of warm up. We had like small competitions to warm up to the World Championship, and it was a really good month. Like, I just swooped and competed, and then when Olga joined, we did that together. And I'm used to traveling with her. We find ways, like we need to go there. Okay, how do we do it? And they said no, we try again.
Yeah.
And the competitions were good. Obviously, less competitors than
Sure.
before, because the traveling part kind of freaks out everyone.
Sure.
Unless you really, really, really want it, and you are able to put this effort and be willing to just maybe you get a coffee test and you're stuck somewhere.
Sure.
You will make it there, but it's definitely a little bit more complicated than before.
Sure.
So we had less competitors, but the ones that were there were really keen. And
Nice.
they're the ones
And
that
strong.
actually
Nice.
and
Well,
strong.
now there were a couple of countries like Australia wasn't able to attend as well, and there's some strong competitors out of Australia, right?
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
and they are most fun competitors in the world, man. The party without the Aussies is not a party.
I mean, I just heard about this last Funny Farm, and I have to agree with you on that one. I mean, I would imagine as a competitor, especially at the level that you're competing at, you got to be kind of bummed when all the ranks aren't there, because not that it takes away from an accomplishment.
No, definitely for us, we know like who we're fighting against, like who are the main competitors, and you're like happy when you're like, oh, okay, he's gonna be there. I'm
Sure.
at least happy. We're like, oh, okay, that one's gonna be there. Cool, perfect.
Yeah.
Because it puts a different pressure on yourself when you're competing.
Of course. Well, and at the end of the day, I would rather lose to a good competition than win because they weren't there.
Exactly, because then you'll always think like, hey, but what happened?
That was when, in ages gone by, when I was competing in sky surfing, and my partner and I had the chance to, first time we went to the nationals, and we were going to compete in the intermediate, but there was no one else in the intermediate. So we would have done all the jumps, and we would have walked away with a gold, competing against no one, or we could go into the open and compete against Craig and Tanya O'Brien, who were Firestarter and the most insanely good team ever that we never had a chance of beating. But I'm like, I would fucking much rather take silver behind Firestarter than a gold for myself. No way.
For sure, and you're like, you can match yourself with them, and you can see where you are at a real level, not
Oh,
just
yeah.
like, oh yeah, I got gold, nobody was there.
Well, that's the one where you want to end the conversation with that. I got gold, and then you walk
And
away.
you walk
so
away without explanation.
nobody can ask any questions.
It's always cool to compete with people who are stronger than you or your level, like in Cornelia case, yeah. But like I wouldn't before I wouldn't understand it. Like when I just started to compete, and Cornelia was like, "Oh, you should go to this competition, this," and I'm like, I would take anything. I wouldn't understand why wouldn't you go to the competition where there is like competitors who are weaker than you. But now I understand. I wouldn't want it. Maybe because I'm looking up to her and I see how she wants to fight with someone her level or stronger or not. But it's this spot, you know.
I do think I influence you a little bit with my principles.
Yeah, I know.
Good
but
principles
I think
to
it's like
have,
principles are good, and I think like we're pretty much on the same page with that. It's just like the competitive side of it.
I kind of learned that lesson on a triathlon I did years and years ago, and I ended up on the run next to a girl that was pacing me pretty evenly, and it was this back and forth fight, and we weren't directly competing with each other than we were running next to each other, pushing faster, and we both were dramatically faster because she was pissed if I was ahead, and I was pissed if she was ahead, and we ended up crossing the line at the exact same time. Never met her, don't know her name, gave her a huge hug because I knew how much she drove me along, and she did the same. Never saw her again. But it was so cool because you just have this drive, and I did dramatically better than I ever would have, whether she beat me or not.
Exactly, and it just pushes you. I think that's why in the end, that's why we compete.
Yeah.
Because especially in what we do in skydiving, like we're only competing against ourselves, but the others are there to push us more than we would, in training.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, what was the first competition you did?
I went to Italy to pull out Ravenna. We go there every year. It's nice, lovely place. And there were some good competitors. I got first there. Then I went to Denmark. I got first there too.
Yeah.
And then that was the warm-up though. And then Klatovy, it's a pretty nice competition. It's one of the best out there.
Very challenging.
Very challenging conditions. We actually, even this year, we had very challenging conditions because we have a lot of obstacles around the pond and really strong winds. So you never really know what you're going to get because it's windy, but then you drop below the obstacles and then it's no wind or you have turbulences. Or it's not definitely not a place to start competing at, but it's great. And there I ended up third and I was like, okay, this is what I know what I need to do.
Now I'm hungry. Now I'm hungry.
I need to what I need to do for the World Championship. And then, World Championship, I ended up third. And it's great. Don't get me wrong.
So it's so funny the way you just said that because you clearly said third disappointed, but realized that third is also fucking amazing.
Well,
I know for a lot of people, like podium, it's great.
Sure.
For Cornelia, if you're not the first, you lost. So
I mean, I think we're a lot of the people there are the top competitors are fighting for first. Really.
Sure.
So third it's great, but first is better.
Nice. Well,
much better.
It's cool for me to sit back and watch these competitions go because now half of the time the people on the podium are people that I call friends, which is fucking cool. I mean, and especially in World a lot of people that I know did amazingly well. One of our mutual great friends, Abdubari.
Yeah, he finally did, he was, I think, recognized in the past couple of years, he ended up fourth all the time. And I think this year, it's not like he didn't work for it in the past years, just this year everything kind of aligned and he managed to show what he can do. Yeah. And he got second. That was awesome.
Which is incredible. I always like watching his accuracy runs because first off, I've never seen anybody stomp the bullseye like that guy.
Oh my God, this camel thing.
It's like he trips and falls into the zone. It's perfect. He's just perfect.
Well, he did get first in accuracy, so he is a world champion in accuracy.
Which is amazing, and it's just watching him do that consistently blows me away. But it's almost his personal celebration after the fact every time because he's so happy. He's just clearly having so damn much fun. Hands up in the air and little happy dances and all this stuff. And that's whether it's a competition or whether it's just a training jump. He's super stoked to be doing it, so finally seeing him get podium and then taking first in accuracy just makes it that much more special.
It was really good to see him finally on the podium. He deserves it. He works hard for it. A lot of people do, but we all know how much each person puts into it, and he definitely deserves it.
Sure. Now, how did they pull off Worlds? How did it go? Was because it's got to be weird trying to put together a competition like World in 2021 with as fucking weird as it is.
I mean, you mean the Mondial?
Mondial, yeah. So
the organization and everything.
Yeah, just how was it all put together? I mean, because we've been spoiled and seen some insane competitions that have been thrown in the Middle East. And
for sure, but let's start it like this. First of all, this drop zone is in Siberia, right? I mean,
how cool is that?
It's amazing. You're already gonna have some exotic destination to travel to, right? Yeah. I would say with all the ups and downs, yes. I mean, the drop zone is small, and they maybe were not ready for the the amount of teams the number of people they had. They knew that, but I mean the amount of work they have to deal with organizing teams, different altitude, different disciplines, and all of that. But I think that actually they did a great job. They wanted to finish the competition. They wanted for us to compete, and I think that's what matters. Like whatever it was, like on the training jumps, we were pissed as fuck, man. We would sit on the ground when there is a little cloud in the air, and they're like, "Oh, hey, we cannot skydive now. You're gonna sit on the ground because there is a thunderstorm or whatever is around." And we're like, "What?" I mean, hey. And on the competition, it wouldn't matter if we have a little hole. If we have a chance to skydive, they would send us, and they didn't care if we would have to land with a plane. And I think that's what matters for the competition.
Sure.
You wanna finish the comp. You want competition to happen. And they tried their best. There was some ups and downs, as I said, but I think like accommodation-wise, some people saying the rooms were not that good. We were living in a fucking great hotel on a ski resort next to the zoo, green area. We had a shuttle bus every day going from the hotel to the drop zone. We had food. Some people were saying that they didn't have enough food. I mean, like, how much do you need to eat? If you eat so much, just go and buy more. But
I think it's really easy to complain when you are not putting the effort into organizing a world meet.
Well, I have a tough time wrapping my head around because I've never competed at that level and never been to competitions like that. But even when I went to the nationals in the States, nobody fed me. Nobody gave me a hotel. I didn't have a shuttle bus. I showed up and I got on the fucking plane, or I wasn't competing, and I paid the entrance fee, and there was nothing done for you, you know. So
well, it's better probably ask Cornelia, because like I haven't been to the Mondial or the competition that includes all the disciplines of skydiving, because normally I would go on the swoop competition. So it was my first meet where all disciplines were there, and there was so many people that are competing. But to me, I saw all the things that they were lacking in organization, but in the end, I think they did a great job. But Cornelia, I would like you to share.
I think I've been competing for 10 years now, and this is the second location where we managed to do all the disciplines all together. The other one was in Dubai in 2012. That was the other Mondial. Because even Chicago in 2018, I think it was, they didn't have swooping. So it's basically not a Mondial. And it's really easy to comment on what, could have been better, but they did put a bid for this competition. They managed to make it all work with the COVID, with the restrictions, with having all the competitors getting over there. Everyone had a translator. We had a lot of volunteers just to make sure that we are good.
I just found out that in the middle of the competition that they actually gave to every tent, like every country, they gave like a translator volunteer who was helping them around. I did not know that because I've never had anyone, and I'm like, what the fuck?
She speaks the language.
Yes, I know. But then, like you said,
unfair advantage.
I'm sure Belarus didn't have a translator.
Yeah, we did not, and that's the fuck up, because you said this girl helped you to bring your help. Remember the situation? Tell the story.
Actually,
it's amazing,
yes. So the thing is that they had like 80 volunteers or something like that from the University
International Language
Everybody speaks so well English, and they were helping everyone out. And at one evening we were waiting, so like she said, they were trying really hard to finish the competitions. We had some bad weather, and they were trying to send us in the little amount they had. They tried. So it was getting towards the end of the day. It was getting dark. We did one round, and I didn't know if they were planning to do another round. And it was dark. I jumped with a helmet, with sunglasses, And I'm like, oh man, I wish I would have my other helmet that it's in my hotel room that I use for free fly.
Right.
Just in case, how can I get it? So I go to my, my volunteer, my new guy. I was like, I need your help. It's urgent. I don't know if I need it, but I need you to do something for me. In my hotel room, in my bag, there's my helmet. I need you to go and get it. And in 10 minutes, I had the helmet in my hand.
Oh,
I
that's
don't
awesome.
know what he did. He called somebody. They went into my room. They picked up my helmet. They got it to me. I didn't need it in the end, but they moved. and I was like, oh, man, it wasn't that important. It was important,
no,
but
the amount of effort they were putting, like Timmy Thompson had his birthday. It's actually a tradition to celebrate Timmy Thompson's birthday on any competition. It's one of the canopy pilots as well. And they had a volunteer, and she organized the cakes and everything. Like,
Awesome.
they were willing to help with everything. Not
Awesome.
like, it's amazing.
And it was crazy when we left. I was surprised. One of the volunteers was crying when we were leaving. And I was like, "What is wrong with her? What's happening?"
Maybe
And
she
she was
fell in love with
actually
someone.
no, she was crying just because she got along really well with the Danish delegation, I think, and she was crying when they were like saying goodbye. I was like, "Oh wow, okay, that's
Well, I mean, we all know tight friendships and more get, are found in
Hey,
skydiving.
you're ruining it now. Like, Cornelia never thinks this way. She
Well,
thinks
no,
it's a true friendship.
I said friendships, tight friendships,
And
and
more.
more. But, well, come on. What? Like, skydivers don't get together and just fuck around? Come on.
Okay.
Of course they do. But it could have just been a good friendship. But yeah.
Yes, I think a lot of them, they were really impressed to meet us, and we were really impressed that they helped us out. And I think it was a great effort from the organization to try to pull it all together. We had to do PCR test every 3 days.
Awesome.
We had to make sure that we're wearing
No one
masks,
ever
everything.
tested positive, though. So
We had to make sure we were wearing masks. We had the results to go to the airport. We had the buses. Like, everything was taken care of.
That's
okay,
good.
maybe it wouldn't have been like how each individual would please them, like would be great for everyone. But it was really well organized, and I think they did a great job.
Nice.
I wish there would be
Yeah.
more places in the world that would actually take this challenge, because it's a challenge to organize a world meet.
Yeah.
We're actually the FAI organization was telling us that they're running out, they don't have a lot of bids for future competitions. So no wonder, because it's hard.
Yeah.
So hopefully more people will step up.
Oh, maybe we'll go to Siberia again.
Sure.
I mean, what a cool destination.
Well, there is nothing really around.
No, but that's pretty cool.
It is
And
amazing just to say Siberia. I mean, like, I love Tanai. I love this drop zone. This drop zone is beautiful. Sunrises, sunsets, amazing. It's like in the middle of fucking nowhere. You
Sure.
just 350 kilometers one side, 250 another side, and
I think it kind of scared a lot of people away.
yeah.
You think?
I think so, yeah.
I mean, like, one thing is like, hey, let's go to South Africa, and you take your family and you have it as a holiday, like,
Right.
and you have a safari in between. And hey, let's go to Siberia.
I think Siberia is not such a popular destination.
oh no, I mean it's definitely not on most people's top 10 list, but it still sounds fucking cool to me, especially if it's a drop zone being run. And I know that today there was a real drive for them during this competition, which had to be even harder to organize all of this stuff, do everything that they were doing, and then they were balls out to try and win some competition.
Yeah, because they had this, what was it, like, how do you call it? Like, they weren't allowed to represent their country because of the WADA.
It's the anti-doping scandal
anti-doping
stuff.
and Olympics, yes. So
Yeah.
they're not allowed to do it for another.
Which actually kind of surprised me. I honestly didn't think, I knew it would hit all the Olympic events, but I didn't realize that ban would go into effect for something as
it
obscure.
goes for any competition that where you have to actually play the anthem.
The anthem,
And pull up the flag.
Really?
Yes, any competition. It can be like a croquet or whatever competition is still not allowed to.
Well, and the cool thing was, of course, they were allowed to compete, but they
That
were
was
not.
awesome, yeah.
They were not allowed to fly the Russian colors or technically represent the country because the
Yes.
country's been banned.
Yeah, so they're all competing under, what was it, like
Russian neutral
neutral
athlete.
athlete,
Yes.
Russian neutral athlete, and they had the flag of the Russian Federation, but it was kind of crazy because some of the guys had the the flag on their jumpsuits from before,
Right.
and they had to like patch it. It was a bit ridiculous at some point because we didn't care.
Yeah.
But obviously somebody cared. When they put all the flags at the beginning, where we had all the flags of all the countries that participated, it was obviously their flag there as well, and then something happened.
But
the flag disappeared, then we had the Russian Federation flag.
Yeah. But then the weird situation that Greg Van Miller and Zesh were talking about in your previous podcast about Greg Van Miller wearing the Russian kind of representative Russian shirt. It wasn't really a Russian shirt. So our friends Sergei Nazarov and Kosta Kunz, they have this little company that is Sky Shop Russia, and it's just skydiving equipment. There is nothing,
it's not national.
It's not national or anything. They registered this company in USA, I think. But I mean, like, it's an international company. It's just the name of it, Sky Shop Russia, and it's not even a flag or anything. It have like blue colors and yellow colors or whatever, but the Russian name is there.
Yeah.
So they were wearing it, and it's funny enough because both of the guys have the canopies with Sky Shop Russia logos on it. Like, I mean, what do you do? And then they land, and some of them. Who was it?
I don't know who had something to say, like some official or somebody commented on it and they were not supposed to.
Some official came to them and they're like, oh, you're going to be disqualified if you will not change your t-shirts or shirts. You cannot do that. And they're like, what the fuck? Like, we have logos of it on our rigs. We have logos of this on our canopies. How do we tape the canopy logo,
Right.
And Greg Van Miller was standing next to them and he heard it and he was like, fuck, man, I'll wear the shirt.
And that was awesome.
It was great.
And I heard that there was some, I guess, misunderstanding and that some people thought he was being disrespectful. But the story that I heard was that he did it kind of in solidarity for these guys because he was like, this is bullshit. They should be able to wear their stuff.
It's a community thing.
Yeah.
That's amazing support for this
And
guys.
also his post and what he wrote. Like, Greg is one of the most humble person out there, and he would always support everyone.
Absolutely.
And he would always back up everyone that needs, like it's an injustice happening. And I've seen it a lot of times. And it's great what he did. Like, he didn't do it to insult anyone or anything.
Well, and as soon as I heard that version of the story, I'm like, wait a second. I've seen this guy's resume. There's no way that resume matches with a guy that would do something to try and piss people off.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't see
it
it.
because he's like, what? Oh, Russians cannot wear that jersey. I'll
I'm
wear
kidding.
it.
I'll wear it, yeah.
Fuck you. I'm an American. I'm wearing this shit.
It is because it's like they were not walking with a Russian flag. Yes, I understand the rules. Okay, we're not allowed to,
Sure.
man, but I mean,
I think they just took it to a certain extent that it wasn't necessary.
There's something so cool about an American going to Siberia and wearing a Russian shirt to support the Russians in Siberia that can't do it for themselves.
But because in sports it's like that, like we are all respecting each other, and for us really, like, it doesn't really matter. Okay, or at least for me and the people that I hang out with, it doesn't really matter where you're from. We all put the same amount of effort, and we all struggle. We have our individual struggles to get to the competition. And swooping, it's hard by itself. You crash, you're in pain, and you go through all of this, and then in the end,
Tigerball, yeah.
Yeah.
Side note.
and then it ends up to like, oh, you cannot wear your shirt, that it's somehow related, like, and especially in swooping where there's no drug you can take or supplement or steroid or whatever to make you swoop better.
Well, that's one of the things that I thought was so funny about this ban affecting skydiving is in what fucking world are performance-enhancing drugs going to help you in skydiving?
No.
I don't see it. I don't see it.
I don't
It doesn't
know.
apply to
though,
skydiving.
I think I swooped better after I remember when I fucked up my foot, and the next day I got some medicine from my friends.
Well, actually, I suppose that being said, somewhere along the lines, they did try and categorize marijuana as a performance-enhancing drug because of Michael Phelps and all that stuff.
I don't think it will work with swooping, man.
And I've met more than a few skydivers that would say that marijuana is a performance-enhancing drug for skydiving. You never know.
Maybe from other disciplines, but not for swooping.
I wouldn't want to try it. There's no way.
I would not ever try it before the swoop competition.
Well, now the big competition there specifically, I think you're right, wasn't so much country against country. It's team against team because Tenay wanted to beat airspeed. They wanted that fucking sword bad.
Man, I thought it's gonna end up like if they don't gonna get the sword, Barabash will get everyone to this fucking ski resort, lock the doors, and said, "Now we have a winter volunteers until the next world meet."
See, that's why people get scared to go to Siberia because people start rumors like that shit.
It's
Nah,
not.
that's a joke.
I know. So,
the guys
tell me, what did you see in that competition? Because I know it was quite heated competition. They were. I know for a fact that Tanea's trained their asses off trying to win, and they did not end up winning the competition, did they?
As to me, no, they did not. They came third, which is good, but first is better. They were not happy about that. And they are a very strong team. They are a strong team. They trained a lot. They fly together a lot. In my opinion, I mean, I don't know what was going on in their minds through the competition. I know the guys, but I think it's hard. It's a lot of pressure to have the competition on your own field.
Sure.
And dealing with all for instance, from Andrei's perspective, he has to also be part of the organization and organizing stuff.
Sure.
Checking the hotel and so you cannot focus really 100% on the competition.
Yeah.
But I mean, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. I think whatever was the factors behind, is this time they were not in the best.
And I think it's a competition. So,
Sure.
you train, other people train also.
Sure.
It's not like you're like, hey, I trained a lot. It's my
But
turn
it's
to
you,
win.
yeah.
No,
Sure.
it's a competition for a reason.
Yeah. Well, I think it
And-
was 2 years ago I had Craig Gerard on the show, and he was actively training Tenay often.
They still do.
Yeah, so training quite often, and I pinned him to the wall on a question. I'm like, so look, you're like, go Team America. You've competed for pretty much the shining glory of American skydiving and done all of these things through the United States, and now here you are training the Russian team as hard as you possibly can and giving it his all. And I asked him, I'm like, so are you getting shit from people back home? And he's like, yeah, I'm getting a little shit from people back home, but at the end of the day, all I want to see is a good competition, and I don't want to see my former teammates or my former team going up against weak competition. I want to see a good competition, and right now, I'm just helping to make sure that happens. And I'm like, all right, that's pretty fucking cool. That's a good answer.
That was a very good competition in formation skydiving, like all 8 ways and female 4 ways. They were very tight.
Nice.
And we really wanted the last round to happen. Unfortunately, due to the weather, they couldn't play the last round because it was like, same in swooping. We didn't play accuracy. We did play only 8 rounds out of 9. And the last one we wanted, it was supposed to be accuracy, and it was like everyone wanted to do that,
Because you can change a lot, especially in swooping. Maybe in 8-way, and I mean in the other disciplines, you already kind of know you cannot really get a 0. You cannot miss a lot of points. Yes, you can mess it up, but not that bad.
Yeah.
On
in
this
swooping,
level, yes.
anything can happen. So one round can mean a lot.
Yeah.
It can mean
And it was
anything.
like 4 people. It was yourself, Cedric, Abdulbari, and Marcos, right?
Yeah.
There was like,
Well, like me and Marcos, we would have gone. Like Marcos ended up on Darman from Argentina. He would have. He ended up on 4th. He was very close behind me, and we were going in accuracy.
both of them would go for like
I
all or
mean,
nothing.
if I go a little bit soft, he would take 3rd. If he has nothing to lose because he's
Sure.
on 4th, so
Yeah.
we're like, okay, we're going for the box no matter
Yeah.
what.
Right.
Yeah.
So actually, it was more exciting our jump than because Abdubari was ahead quite a bit, and then Cedric on first place was even more ahead. So they could have played it safe in a way,
Sure.
and preserved their slot. But me and Marcos, like, we would have gone all in for sure.
That's cool. Well, that's kind of like the when you watch an F1 race and they talk about, all right, there's the race for first place, and then there's the race for second place, and there's a race for for third place, and you literally are watching 3 different competitions because the guys racing for first are 2 laps ahead or whatever.
And that's what's exciting, because it's exciting for the spectators, it's exciting for us, because if you're leading and you're like, you're going to do another jump and you're not going to push yourself. But the feeling that you have when you jump out of the plane thinking that, okay, I need to make this work. I need to fully focus on this. And this is why I love it and she loves it, and why a lot of people love it, because it's not even about the medal, really, like in what we do. Like that medal is not for real gold, so we're not so we're not walking away. We're not walking away millionaires out of this. So we just do it for the battle.
Yeah.
I personally do it for that moment that you have to give your best.
Sure.
So,
Which is awesome. Now, Olga, how did you do in the competition?
I did all right. I mean, I think all right would be the right word. I cannot say like, I had an injury before, so I couldn't train that much.
You don't need to say it because we just assume you had an injury.
she did have an injury.
I did have an injury, but it's not that. It's just like, I think it was okay. Like I was happy with my improvement. I did my personal best in distance on Mondial.
Nice.
So after I landed, and I was like, oh my gosh, I just flew 147 meters, and my goal was for the past, I don't know how many years I'm swooping, 4 years, 4.5. I was 130 meters, and I just overdid it by 17. Yeah, I'm like, fuck it. whatever I place, I don't care. I just gonna.
Sure.
So I'm happy with my improvement. Not happy with my placement, but
what did you place?
I think, what did I play? But not top 15. So I think I was 17th or
out
something.
of how many?
Out of
47,
47 or
All right,
something.
so I need you to take a step back for a moment and realize that you placed 17th out of 47 competitors, and the first time you and I sat down on this podcast to talk about your swooping, you were just trying not to die.
Yeah, no, true. But top 10 would be nicer.
Well, of course, no. But I mean, think about the progression that you've had in a relatively short period of time. Because I ain't been doing this podcast that fucking long, and you've been going steadily and progressing more and more and more.
No, 100%. I'm not complaining. I'm absolutely happy with the progress I'm doing,
Yeah,
and I
that's
see
epic.
it, and I appreciate it, and I recognize it. But you asked me how did I do, and I said I'm happy with some stuff.
Sure.
I'm not happy with the other stuff.
Sure.
But I do keep my notes. I know what to work on.
Sure.
And, like it's funny enough, the best lessons I would take, I'll take from all this, all of these 2 competitions that I was able to do is my weakest discipline is distance. And I'm not hating it. No, it's just...
She just doesn't like what she's not good at.
Because...
Does this mean you have to no more diet and you just start eating more? And
It doesn't work like
It
that.
doesn't
I don't
work like,
know.
if it worked like that, I would be a winner. But anyway, like it's just like the discipline. I'm not good, and whatever I did before, now I'm better and doing what I need to do. But anyway, and I came to Cornelia and I started again like, and she's like the
No,
worst
she didn't
support.
come to me when I was we're sharing a room, and I'm trying to go to bed, and she's like, my distance and that and that and that, and I was like, okay, that's it, Olga. I wanted to have a conversation.
And it was like, ma, and I would not go to her for a hug or whatever normally, but I was just like, oh my god, it's distance, and I'm like, man, bitching, and she's just turning to me and she's like, don't hate it, embrace it.
And apparently it had an effect on her.
It did have effect, because I went in the morning and I was like, okay, well, there is nothing I can do to change it. This is distance, it's gonna be here, the gates are there, the charges are there, we're gonna all fly distance.
So she actually started focusing on it in a different way. So
Yes,
it worked.
it actually worked.
hey, what do you know? Adjusting your mindset does
Exactly,
something.
the mindset is everything.
I mean, if you think about it, most people will never be top 20 anything in their lives ever. So you're top 20 in Mondial, the World Championship of Swooping, your 4th year swooping.
yeah,
That's pretty good. Give yourself a pat on the back.
Okay, I'm giving myself out, but
Yeah,
there is a
and
world game coming.
And of course, there's always room for improvement because, I mean, honestly, especially with what we do, the day you no longer have any more room to improve, it's time to pick
I
something
will
else.
always have
We all will.
room to improve until she's competing.
Well, no, she'll always be able to do a little bit better. I'll always be able to fly a plane a little bit
I
cleaner.
mean, we just need to. Everybody's training. Everybody wants to be better. So
Yeah.
sorry, but the world doesn't stay still for you
No.
to catch up. We're all trying better.
It's funny actually. Like whenever I have these friends who are not skydivers, and whenever I go to the competition, they're runners. So when we run together, I normally get a medal, right? Like either if, like you get a medal
It's a
anyway, regardless.
It's a participation
Yes.
medal. Thanks for
but,
showing up.
Yes, but I do get a medals. On podium as well while running. Yeah, and whenever I come back, they're like, "Oh, so did you win?" I'm like, "No, I came 17th." So I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "I came what exactly what you were saying to me right now," and they do not understand. I'm trying to explain. Okay, I'm competing with people who've been competing 6 years before me. And they still compete, and they still put as much effort as I do,
And they
improve as well. And they've been already world champions when I just started fucking flying the parachute that I'm flying right now, and they were already on top. And it's okay that I'm not.
It's kind of like being upset because you were the 17th person drafted into the NFL.
I don't know.
It is. I mean, because you're talking about that level of competition in a different sport. I mean, the levels that you're talking about, and as you go to the 16th and 15th and 10th and 5th and first person are so in their profession. I mean,
like
come on.
Luke, and when I came to Cornelia first time, and I came to him like, "Oh," you're like, "Oh, what do you want?" I'm like, "Oh, I want to become a world champion and beat you one day." And she's like, "Okay."
No, that's a. I probably rolled my eyes.
Yeah, you probably you always do that.
Okay, let's start with the basics.
Yeah.
What is your pattern?
Hold your horses, because I'm trying to do that.
Yeah.
We'll see who gets there first.
Yeah.
It was funny because let's start with the basic. What is your pattern? What?
Well, I remember I think I was just doing my 270s that I always did, and you came up to me, Cornelia, and said, "Why aren't you trying something bigger?" I think you were trying to tell me how to do a 450 or something.
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to do this and this. Okay, and so I got in the plane, and I'm thinking about it, and I got out, and I pitched the pilot chute, and I started my setup, and I started half a turn and went, "Fuck no," and just did a regular 270. And
No
you're like,
time
"What
to
happened?"
change.
And I'm like, there's no way. I was confused just thinking about that. I'm like, nope, I give up.
It's not for everyone. It's the battles we choose, and it's silly because sometimes I look back and I'm like, "Oh yeah, this world championship competition." Not a lot of people can understand what we do. It's a pretty small sport, really.
Sure.
Like it's an extreme sport. It's part of skydiving, but when we look at it from the world perspective, it's a very tiny sport.
Well,
It's actually the most expensive, useless
Oh,
skill
yeah,
that
well,
you can
I mean,
pay for after
the-
the tunnel.
For the general public, I mean, it's right along the lines with the hardcore mountaineering, something like climbing Everest or the hardcore rock climbing like this
But
guy's
maybe
doing.
that can, sometimes you can use that. Or
No, but you can use
somebody is
swimming
stranded on a
skills.
mountain and you go and save them. But I cannot think of anyone that I could probably save by swooping the pond.
Yeah, but when you drive a car, everything is slower, so your reactions get faster.
No.
Because when you're on the pond, you swoop faster.
I wish
than
I
when
could
you're
agree
driving.
with you, but I wish I could agree, but I've been flying a plane for a long time, so you would think that I would be in a car dramatically better at driving my
you're
car.
terrible in your car.
But it turns out that I drive my car like I fly a plane, as fast as it can go, and I rarely look outside.
And you don't like people,
Not good.
and you don't like the people who is on the road.
And I hate
it's-
everybody on the
Yeah.
road. So it's exactly the same. So believe me, that's done nothing for my driving skills.
Well,
so
I would say that swooping did good for my snowboarding. Not I'm a good snowboarder. I snowboard like once in a blue moon when I get to the slope in somewhere. But I've realized after I started swooping, when I'm on snowboard and I'm going fast-ish,
Yeah.
it still feels slow compared to how the swoop goes. Maybe I just snowboard that slow. But anyway, like just the perception of speed, I think, change your reactions. Get faster.
Sure.
That helped me a lot with kettlebell juggling. You have
Sure.
to be there.
I'm actually going to give you credit here because I was absolutely convinced, and for people that haven't seen your Instagram videos of you doing really stupid shit with kettlebells, I was convinced that you were going to shatter a foot, dropping a 15 or 20 kg kettlebell on your foot, juggling these damn things, but you actually didn't injure yourself.
Yeah, because I'm doing swooping. So before you start kettlebell juggling, get into canopy piloting.
No. Let me just put this out there right now. Don't start kettlebell juggling. Just don't do it.
You'll be surprised. They have competitions in that too, no?
Of
Yes,
course they
you,
do.
you
Fucking
they
right.
do, and like that's the.
I think it's human nature. We
Yes.
need to raise each
We
other
need
for
to
whatever it is.
compete in something.
Oh, I will not come to a kettlebell juggling competition
I'm
for you.
pretty sure you can invent like petting your dog competition.
Oh, I'm
You-
sure.
I'm sure they are.
You
I'm
think
sure.
so,
I'm
yeah.
sure. Speaking of, you've decided that you have a new love and a new competition that you're going to bitch endlessly about not being good at.
Yes, because you know what? If you ever wanna pick a sport that you're gonna suck in forever,
Mhm.
pick skydiving.
Yes.
Like you can become
Sure.
better in something, and then you get into something else, and you suck.
Well, suck
And
at
you
it, but
suck.
still have a blast.
Yeah. Well, when in the moments when you don't, and when you cry and just hit your head against the tunnel because you're like, oh fuck, and when you hear from your coach, well, some people just take longer to learn and progress, and you're like, okay, well, yeah.
But also, I mean, so we're talking about free flying now, Olga's new love. But in everything that Olga does and involves me in it, whatever, I'm probably the same, but I think she talks more about it. But she just wants it now.
Of course. Of course. Well, she instantly wants to be good at it.
And it takes time.
It takes a lot of time.
Hey, not now. In swooping, how long am I swooping? I did
But what did you tell me at your first coaching?
5 years, and I'm gonna beat you. Okay, well, what did happen?
Wait, what
I
do
didn't-
we got? Like 3 months left before that's up?
No.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I know I
think-
wasn't counting. But I'm not going to stop training, so
Right.
you know.
Yeah, so it's so good.
I mean, it's especially with free flying. It was a real reality check because back in the day, I went out and learned how to free fly in the sky.
I have
and
no idea how you guys did that.
you think you're doing pretty good, and you have fun with your buddies, and you don't realize that when you're in the sky doing this, you're all over the sky. You're flying with your buddy, and you're on your head, and you're taking docks and everything, but you are moving across the sky. And then you go into a tunnel and try and take that in a very confined space and slam your face into the wall more than a few times and realize, oh, okay, I was not nearly as good at that as I thought I was.
Well, I've never. Well, every time I'm taking it to the sky, I cannot even exit the plane yet. But anyway, in the tunnel, I don't know. It's just I was flying with Cornelia's boyfriend Shane, and other guys, Ivan, Simon. So many guys were trying to help me to fly head down, and at some point I almost gave up because I felt like I'm a cat. You know, you drop a cat backside down, and she will be like meow and land on her paws.
Sure.
That's what's me in free fly. Like, you put me on any position and I'll end up in my belly and somewhere on top with people in the tunnel driver trying to slow down the speed so I don't hit the propeller or whatever. But
So you're like a cork in your bottle of wine.
yeah, I can say so. Yeah, I guess.
Fair enough.
But then it didn't just click. It took me another 7 hours in the tunnel just
She
doing
did send
over
me a
and over and
message.
over
She
and
did
over.
send you a message is like, okay, I just bought another 5 hours. If I don't, I cannot do the transition from head up to head down in this 5 hours. I quit. And then she told me that and then she didn't because she actually got better.
Yeah, after 4 hours, I finally got a transition. I'm like, oh, okay, that's interesting. And after the end of 5 hours, I was like, I'm buying 2 more hours. All I want to do is VFS. I don't want to do anything else. I'm selling all the equipment.
How funny is that? Well, again, especially considering transitions and going from head up to head down in the sky, no problem. But you're not realizing how much fucking movement is involved in that if you're not smooth. And so, again, I went into the Paraclete tunnel, and a friend took me in there. He was an instructor at the time and signaled for me to do what I thought he was signaling for me to do a transition from sit flying to head down. He wasn't actually saying that, but that's what I saw. So I just hucked it and literally took off up vertical sideways to the wall and hit the wall at like 25 feet, kind of upside down, not realizing that that's probably how much room I actually take to transition in the sky, but it doesn't, it's so much harder in the tunnel.
We'll see how it goes, because Cornelia takes all the hits when I start something new, like swooping, hey, I want to get
She's going to be like, I hate this transition. She's probably going to be like, I hate this left side cartwheel. And then I'm gonna be like, don't hate it, embrace it. And it's like, oh, I love it right now.
Yeah, because I came to her, I'm like, can you fly with me sometimes? Maybe, I mean, I know for her it's not going to be probably like that exciting, you know, but at least it's, you know, spend time in the tunnel with your friends. So.
But what's your goal, though? Because you said like this is a new addiction. So tell us about your goal.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure there's a goal there.
Somewhere deep inside. Well, I really want to compete in VFS now. Like, I want to compete, and it's not gonna ever be my first love, because my first love is swoop. So the first time I did my transition, I'm like, fuck it, I'm selling my petrol. I just want to fly in the tunnel more. But no, like, yeah, obviously I wanna have a 4-way team.
Nice.
And compete in VFS.
Nice.
At some point of a time. It's just still, it's a very blurry goal, because I'm still cannot even fly 2-way properly. But on the long run, 4-way VFS team, that would be amazing.
Nice. Well, especially as much time as I know you've been putting in the tunnel, progression comes in the big scheme of things pretty quickly.
And I have Cornelia again.
No, but we're lucky, like, we can have access to a tunnel nearby, so we can go there after work.
Sure.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good that we have it.
It's easier than, you know, having to travel abroad to go to a tunnel.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Or trying to do it one jump at a time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the tunnel has been the
don't
great
push
equalizer.
it. We're not talking about jumps yet, okay? Just
Well, that's the way I always covered, like you say, you have a tough time with head-down exits. I always covered the head-down exits by getting a few people that were either dramatically better than me or by doing some goofy exit that I knew was going to go to shit so that I could then recover and fly normal.
But she's getting better at it.
Of course.
She needs to understand that everything takes practice.
Everything takes
It doesn't happen just by willing.
Instant gratification is what she wants. I want it now. I want it to happen now.
And then when it doesn't happen, it's like, I hate it.
Yeah. So now, are there any more competitions this summer?
Oh, Cornelia's coming.
I want to try again. I'm going for another battle. So I'm going to go to US Nationals in October.
Nice.
That's the plan, unless some COVID weird restriction, but that's the plan right now. And it's funny because I go to US Nationals just as a guest. I don't get any medal, nothing.
Yeah.
I don't even get a photo on the podium sometimes. But I do like to go there.
But
just
you go there pretty much whenever you can, right? Every year
I've been to US Nationals like almost every year. I missed it here and there, but since 2013.
And you podiumed almost every year there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, podiumed as a guest.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I go for the battle. Some people probably wouldn't understand it because I don't even get nothing. I don't get nothing.
Yeah.
Sometimes like it's hard even to find the ranking to put the guest in there. But they're nice enough to make the ranking and to calculate it with the guest. So I'm excited because
nice.
it's going to be in Arizona. And they just built a brand new pond, so I'm excited to check it out. And next year, the World Championship is going to be there. So it's kind of like I'm testing the ground.
What's the elevation there? Do they have? Do you know?
I didn't look at it yet.
Yeah. I'm not even sure. I think it's a couple thousand feet.
The
but I could be talking out of my ass.
The pond looked like what I saw from what I saw. The pond looks like there is not really many exits out. Like it's pretty interesting setup for speed course and everything.
I think it's a great pond. I think it looks really good. Yes, and we'll see. The only thing I've never been to Arizona. I've heard a lot of good things about it, but it's a desert and. The weather in the desert is really challenging, so it's going to be interesting.
But you like it. You always like to swoop in the desert because
it's challenging. Yeah. Because the wind changes every 5 seconds.
Sure.
And then you have thermals, and then it's just challenging.
Yeah.
So that would be in October. And then after that, in December, we're going to compete in DIPC. That is Dubai International Parachuting Championship. And it's happening again, and that's awesome.
Awesome. Very cool. Very cool.
So 2021 is not over yet.
Yeah.
It's not over yet. I'll tell you what, 2021 has been hit and miss. There's been some really cool things, and then there's been a bunch more bullshit. But hopefully we continue to see some better things.
I kind of feel like with the COVID and all of this, we learned a lot to adjust, and we learned to maybe, we learned to adapt to things. Like, this is not happening. Okay, we're going this way.
What's the term they use now? The new normal? Yeah, you kind of gotten used to the new normal.
I don't like this new normal shit.
No, neither do I. Neither do I. 2021 can suck my ass. It's been a horrible year for me.
But it's been better than 2020.
Yes. And hey, you cannot say it's been a horrible year for you. You got married in 2021.
No, I'm not saying that there weren't highlights, but my 2021 has been fucked. 2020 was dramatically easier, although less financially beneficial.
You're just
but
looking from the wrong perspective. You didn't suffer from the surgery. You fixed your neck. You got your wife. You got your dog.
We are not even getting into that conversation. That's a whole different podcast not even on this channel.
Think positive.
Look at Olga being all optimistic now.
Yeah, where did that come from? I'm still going to stand by 2021 can suck my ass.
I think we do what we can, and we've seen it like even in our jobs, our co-workers. We work with a lot of passionate people, and you could see like the ones that really, really want to do what they like to do, and they find a way. If you really want to go somewhere, you will find a way. And I think in 2021, with all these restrictions and stuff, you can really see who wants it and who wants to.
How much do you want it, right?
Because it's a lot easier to just say like, it's complicated to stay at home. But in the end, life passes.
Yeah.
We're not going to stay at home.
Yeah.
Well, here's hoping that the remainder of 2021 and the competitions that are coming up are kick-ass. That the travels and all that stuff go well. And I know both you guys are kicking back into busy season for you. So it's work and competition and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully everything goes extremely well. As we wrap things up, tell everybody how they follow you guys. How do they find you on Instagram? How do they find you on Facebook? How do they do all that shit?
I have a funny story about Olga.
Please.
Can I tell a funny story? Like, I think everyone knows her Instagram or her email or probably her number. Like, we have the editors at our work, and whenever she gets like a nice photo exit or swooping or whatever, goes to them. It's like, hey, please, can you send this to me? And one of the editors, sure. And Olga goes like, do you know my email? And all the editors, all together, they said her email out loud. so everybody knows.
Awesome. Actually, I wanted to ask before we wrap up, just recently you put up a post cheering on someone for a competition, and you did so. What exactly was the post? Describe the post for me.
Okay, so it was me standing in perspective naked, holding a poster in front of me where it says Go Zubri, which is the name of the team, of a VFS team of skydivers that are having Russian nationals right now, and I'm supporting this team.
Cool.
And then in the bottom it says, win and I'll drop it. So basically it's like me standing naked there, willing to drop the poster if they win. And if you and Peter wouldn't pull so much shit,
what do you expect?
But not the whole zoo.
For anybody that is curious about this, you go where? Tell us your Instagram.
Sky_Unka.
And
Cornelia, you have to.
And wait. What's your Facebook? Because that's where all the funny ones are.
I don't know my Facebook. It's probably Olga Naumova. Just Olga Naumova. Search Olga Naumova. You'll find me.
Yeah, and then you will find the wonderful.
Or you can also check out Peter Petrovsky.
Yeah.
That's where you find even more fun stuff.
It's Peter Bearpaws.
It's here. Peter
Bearpaws.
Yes.
Yeah, look up Bearpaws, and you will find her picture and then a whole bunch of really creative responses.
The thing is that Peter also, like, whenever Olga posts something, like, he would come up with, like, a reply to it, like, a response. And it's funny because when Olga posted this photo, it's like, everybody was like, Peter, where's yours?
Yeah.
Where's yours?
Yep. What's coming?
What's coming?
Yeah, everybody waits to see what's coming next. So now, how do they find you?
Cornelia _Mihai on Instagram, and I guess on Facebook.
Awesome.
So just search me.
Well, shit. That's
Friends
easy.
with Olga.
Fair enough.
You'll probably see her on many of my photos. You just click on it, you'll see the tag and follow the tag.
The sunset photos by the pond.
Yes, that's amazing. That's,
Awesome.
I miss those photos.
Awesome. Well, good shit. Thank you guys so
Thank
much for
you.
taking the time, and we'll talk after all the next competitions and after the busy season for you and see what the hell happened.
More stories. Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
Gotta have more
Thank
stories.
you.
All right. See
Thank
ya.
you. Bye.
All right, there you have it. Another episode of Lunatic Fringe Into the Void in the Can, brought to you as always by Fuck Yeah NZ Aerosports. Brought to you by Pussfoot.com, the Extreme Sports Collective. Go check them out. Summit Parachute Systems, Jarrett Martin and the family building kick-ass pilot rigs and amazing rig-it courses. SummitParachuteSystems.com. And me, I am the fucking pilot. As always, thefuckingpilot.net or theprincesspilot.com takes you to all the previous podcasts as well as both the books. See you next time.
Damn.